Hi, I'm Mina Elwell, and I'm about to read you a portion of something that I'm currently working on. Nobody's ever heard it before, so I'm very excited to share it. For now, the working title is The Beast of the Sound, but we'll see if it changes. The squalling cries of the seagulls circling overhead echoed the screams of the newborn in the water. He was only 5 pounds, but he was still heavy in my arms as I walked deeper into the sound. The rocks under my feet were jagged and slick with algae. The baby was slippery too. The gulls were not here for the baby, but the skin he was wrapped in. I had caught a striped bass with my bare hands only that morning, wrestled it onto the shore, bashed its fragile skull with a stone, and gutted it on a rocky beach. Now its slick, silvery scales were wrapped around my son's naked body, leaving a red smear on his little potbelly. He didn't even have a name yet. The gulls had devoured the entrails of the fish, but they still couldn't keep away from the scent of the skin. One dove down towards us, but I batted it away with my hand. It squawked furiously. I would have to be quick. Their beaks and claws are sharp. I lowered the infant down into the water, letting it lap at his cheeks. His soft, pale hair flowed around his head. He screwed up his face and wailed louder, wriggling in the bloody fish skin. Afraid I would drop him, I made a rhythmic clicking sound, trying to calm him. Ch-ch-ch-ch. With the water in his ears, he probably couldn't hear anything but the waves crashing on the rocks. Holly! My husband Rian's voice broke, either with emotion or just from straining to scream to me from the shore over the wind. My stomach clenched. Out of time. I brought my son under the water. Through the murky ripples, I saw his gray eyes snap open in shock. Holly, stop! I lifted my son back up. He coughed and spluttered, hacking up seawater. I had barely had time to look at him before Rian snatched him out of my hands. The fish skin slid off and fell into the water as my husband dropped our son over his shoulder, slapping his little back hard as the infant coughed out more water. You're hurting him, I said, reaching up to take my son back. Rian twisted away from me so I couldn't reach the baby. His dark eyes were wild. A muscle in his jaw was twitching. I was sure he was going to hit me across the face. Instead, Rian charged back to the shore with our son clutched to his chest. Reluctantly, I trailed after him. The seagulls still circled above us, but their quarry was gone, slipped away into the sound, and probably already making its way out to sea. By the time I reached him, still soaking wet and leaning into the back seat of our car, Rian had already dressed our son in dry clothes and was tightening the straps on the car seat. The baby's cries had become a constant shriek, as loud as his little lungs could manage. You're scaring him, I said. My husband rounded on me. He was still soaking wet, t-shirt sticking to his chest and hair dripping into his eyes. He's freezing, Holly. He's an infant. It is 40 degrees out here and fucking windy. We're going to the hospital. I didn't answer. Rian dumped 2 scoops into a formula powder into a bottle with trembling hands and shook it more forcefully than was necessary. He shoved it into my hands. Get in the back and feed him. I did. My husband slammed the car door, hard enough to make the whole car shake, and then got into the driver's seat. The car turned on with a purr. We locked eyes in the rearview mirror. Never tell anyone you did this. Not the doctors, not my brother, not a therapist, not the fucking police. They will take him away. I never told anyone. So that is the end of that section of the story. It's still in progress. Hopefully more to come soon. And you'll be able to find out when it's coming by following me on social media. I'm at Mina Elwell on pretty much everything, but I'm most active on Instagram. I currently have a comic series called Abattoir 6 in stores. And I have another one called Infernoct coming out soon, which is a revival almost a decade later. And I've got another couple things coming up. And a comic from Paper Cuts in pre-orders for the little ones in your life. It is a middle grade horror called Undercover Monster. Thank you very much.